Hello everybody, I hope you're doing good. This video is being made underneath the Fair Use Act for educational purposes and may contain copyrighted material. We're about a week away. IPS said August 1st about 3 weeks ago, but he's also said the first week of August is the rocket launch. Flat Earth is going to be launched into the next realm. Going to bust the globe open. In fact, he already claimed the art show busted the globe open. You know, all of his freaking memes. You know, he claims that his art show was put on by the money given to him in Super Chat. So he turns around and sells the art to the same people who funded the building and everything else. Don't you see that kind of wrong? Kind of like socialism. Take your money from your subs, redistribute it to a few friends, a dozen friends, at the art show that the subs paid for. Or is all this money coming out of this rocket fund, this rocket fraud? That's my prediction. It's nothing more than another fraud. And there are a lot of big channels that are sweating it right now. I guarantee it. All these big channels that have supported IPS for the last 3 months have got to be very nervous. If not, then this was all planned just to create chaos in the flat earth community, and they know it, and they're all part of it. And that may be very well what this rocket launch is about. It's going to be a big fraud, and it's going to cause this flat earth community to implode or explode, whatever you want to say. Maybe planned for that. More dysfunction. Very possibly what it is. I went back a couple months ago, a month and a half ago, to the day IPS posted the GoFundMe account. He says it isn't him. He says it's that Infinite Plane magazine or Infinite Planes, I forget what it is, that created the account for Mike. Bullshit. IPS has got control of this account. You can bet on it. Let's listen back a month and a half ago.
So anyhow, this rocket's already been scheduled. This launch is already happening. He will be inside of it. He will be going for 1 mile, 600 feet up, 500 miles per hour, 5,000 pounds of thrust. This thing's got 77 gallons of water. And we are going to get a billboard on the side of this. He already has the media there. BBC, all the mainstream media outlets, they're all going to be there on this particular launch. This is going to happen the first week of July, Amboy, California. All right, and so this is the one that's going to have research flat Earth.
Amboy. Think that's by accident? They wish they were boys.
On the side of it. All right, and this is going to be the thing that's going to get the attention. Hold on a second. We don't want any. Oh, well, never mind. If I have all these naysayers are like it's going to wreck or it's going to explode. We don't need any naysayers. I'm already hearing all the drama people on the side talking about it. Like, what if it wrecks? It's going to be used against us. It's like, F those people. There's a reason why they're not here. So the FAA is on notice. This guy's going to do it. This guy's like Evil Knievel 2.0. All right. It's going to say research flat Earth, and I'm going to see if we can't get a beak on the thing. If we can raise more than 7,500. All we need to raise to get this. And listen, the international media is already there. This guy's Evil Knievel 2.0. They're already on it. It's going to be covered. He's already spoken. I think he told me he's already spoken with ODD. We're going to get him on all these.
What a bunch of bull crap. An international event. International media is supposed to be there. Later on in this video, he says there's going to be 1,000 cameras on this rocket. I bet you we get shitty or crappy video, if anything. There ain't going to be no media. It's all a freaking lie. This is all just a fraud. IPS is spending the money right now. Let's move on to this nonsense.
And then next, oh yeah, okay, Sean Hemmings, I see you're here. You sent me a message and I have it here. He said, let me give you guys another idea. This is good. Yes, Michael Tube, there's going to be thousands of cameras. Thousands. It's going to be multiple cameras. It's going to be, listen, it's going to be covered. This is going to be one of the most talked about, focused upon events of 2017. We are all over it. This guy's going to be higher than Snoop Dogg, says Lucifer Tim. Yep. This is gonna Evil Knievel's gonna have nothing on this. Sean Hemming said, "Let me give you guys another idea. Local public broadcasting. It's just me. InfinitePlaneSociety at gmail.com."
Oops. What a bunch of bullshit. Thousands of cameras. Let's move on.
Out. And so what we need to do is spearhead this thing and get 7,500 so we can make this thing about flat Earth. It's not about this historic stunt. It's not about this is about this particular deception. This is about breaking the.
Did you hear that? Deception. That's what this all is, folks. It's all a deception. And he's loving that money right now. In fact, he's treating everybody kindly because he knows shit's about to hit the fan. He knows shit is going to hit the fan. He also claims that the art show was to create funding for the rocket. It was bullshit. That's a lie. It created funding for him and his friends. Fellow flat earthers, who we should all be questioning. Question their agenda, their motives. Question everything. Let's move on.
But whatever the case, this is going to be my primary issue. The reason for the art show in July is going to be now to raise money for this event. And it's going to be in Amboy, California. It's a ghost town. This is going to take place in a ghost town.
Yeah, Amboy, California. See what I mean? He's so full of shit.
I'm going to go watch this thing launch in person first week of August. And then next, yeah, it's going to be wrapped with flat Earth stuff. And then the next one's going to be the balloon rocket, which is going to be much bigger. So if you want to support these events, the GoFundMe account is the first link below. It says Mad Mike Hughes GoFundMe. It'll be updated frequently. I'm looking to get a website built for him. He's focused on his event, and I'm like, let us take care of that. So I'm going to find someone from among our pool of people who can do a website for this thing. Marie's not liking the beak thing. Listen, that's your opinion, but I love it. All of us do too. Sounds like you have to have a good reason for not liking it. Let us know. Because if you're not on target with that, I wonder where you're coming from. The donate link is in the description. That's the GoFundMe account. We have until, well, we want to raise it as fast as we can. And all 7,500 is going straight over to Mad Mike to fund this operation. Maybe a strain for the sheep called Globehead. Well, everything else is already a strain for the sheep. You know, CNN, NBC, mainstream media entertainment, the education.
The same people he says is going to be at this rocket launch. A bunch of bullshit. Now this next one's going to be real good. Because IPS has claimed, hey, he's putting $2,000 towards this. He's claimed it several times. Many a times. Now let's listen. And he claims this because he wants other people to feel like this is legit. To give money. That's all. That's the only reason why he said he's putting $2,000 towards this. He ain't putting $2,000 towards this. He's spending a few $100s to paint some pictures, and then basically just selling them to his subs through GoFundMe. That's all this is. A business for IPS. A fraudulent business for IPS. Let's listen.
I'm going to be campaigning for this to get everyone on board. If you believe it's a ball, like I want to go meet up with Neil deGrasse Tyson. Hey man, I know how much it bothers you that people don't believe the world's a ball. And if you want to help support Mad Mike Hughes, he's just going to go check. You know, private rocket. People will trust him because of this event. And he's a flat earther, by the way. He's not going to use a curvert lens, no GoPro, and we're going to see once and for all, will you donate some money? And he probably will. We'll get all the curverts to pitch on this thing. It's not going to be hard to raise 1.5 million bucks in a few in 6 months or whatever. Almost, we have a while, and we don't have to do all of it. He's going to do most of it. We just need to raise 7,000 bucks. In fact, subtract what I'm going to put into it.
This is how a con man works. They promise you something grand, but then they say, well, but before we do that, we need $7,800 to do a short 1 mile rocket jump. Now, what kind of man, if he's got the capabilities to go to space, is going to mess around with the short 1 mile rocket jump? Let's move on.
We're just going to need to collectively come up with 5Gs, and it's all going to this guy for this rocket launch in just a few weeks.
Let's back that up.
All going. Track what I'm going to do most of it in 6 months or whatever. Almost, we have a while, and we don't have to do all of it. He's going to do most of it. We just need to raise 7,000 bucks. In fact, subtract what I'm going to put into it. We're just going to need to collectively come up with 5Gs, and it's all of it. He's going to do most of it. We just need to raise 7,000 bucks. In fact, subtract what I'm going to put into it. We're just going to need to collectively come up with 5Gs. Subtract what I'm going to put into it. We're just going to need to collectively come up with 5Gs, and it's all subtract what I'm going to put into it. We're just going to need to collectively come up with 5Gs, and it's all.
We're over 5Gs, man. Let's get this rocket launch on the ball, IPS. We need an update from you. I know you're listening, so let's update on your next podcast or your next live stream. And you ain't been making much money unless it's all been done anonymously in your live streams. In fact, they ain't been giving you maybe a couple bucks, and that's it. So you ain't funded shit with money you're making on the live stream. You funded all this stuff with the money you're defrauding on this rocket launch. Now what's going to happen at the rocket launch? I don't think there's going to be a real rocket launch. They may have a video from Mad Mike launching this rocket 2 years ago, and that's just never been uploaded to the internet. And they're going to use that as proof. But I'll guarantee you're not going to see Mad Mike get in a rocket and that rocket launch, and then Mad Mike get out of that rocket with a whole bunch of editing and questionable material. It's going to be bullshit. In fact, I don't even think it's going to go off. I think it's going to get delayed. IPS has said several times that Mad Max is fine with it at $5,000 right now. He'll just keep the GoFundMe page open and collect the rest after the rocket launch. So we're on, ladies and gentlemen, and we got a week to go. And I know some very huge channels that should be very worried right about now. See, there we are. We only need to get to $5,000, IPS said. He's got the rest. So let's get with it, IPS. Let's move on. Validation Boy. He did an open letter to the real Flat Earth community. You know, I don't promote nobody. I'm not promoting Validation Boy or anybody else because I don't sit down enough to know his beliefs. But he did a good job on this video, and I suggest you listen to it. But the content I'm interested in is down below. Right here. Nathan Oakley started a thread. You know, it's just pimping everybody how great they are and everything else. But let's scroll down. Said the useful idiot who was part of a cult. That was my reply to Nathan. And I should do this real slowly so you guys, they'll probably remove this post eventually. You know, so you guys can get a good look at it. Flat Earth reset, you're paranoid, obsessed, man. I'm not trying to be a dick. I appreciate you and the Flat Earthers as being on my side. Yeah. But please, man, do some experiments and leave these people alone. You have no proof. Your claims are laughable. Whatever. Anyways, let's go down to the Trivist. He challenged him on this banner. Where's the plane, boss? You know, the banner fraud that is just another fraud like the coming rocket launch. And these big channels should be worried Because Dirt is sitting here defending IPS tooth and nail. Made a whole list of bullshit that he did that's done such great things for the flat earth community. He ain't done shit. Even if he did put up one billboard, that billboard didn't do shit. It did more damage. Because he used Matt Powerlin's name, and Matt Powerlin looks like a fucking heroin addict right now. Go watch his videos. So all that was planned. So don't come to me, Dirt Man, and tell me he did great things for Flat Earth. You're just another shill in the bucket. Now, Globebusters was on here, but when I called him out, he quickly removed his posts. I told him, you guys can read it here. I just told him you're a Masonic clown. You and Jaron been defending IPS like he's some empirical leadership. A bunch of crap. And he quickly removed all of his posts. And I told him, I says, hey, debunk my video on the fake plane banner. Debunk my video. Jaron has a Flight Radar 24 subscription. Show me where that radar is, the plane is on radar, Jaron. You could go back and look. There is no plane because there was no banner. And then Flat Earth, IPS just commented a minute ago, 14 hours ago. Nobody likes you. You have nothing to say. Add your trap. Excuse me. Let me get back up there. Had cough. He says, you can never show your face. You can never make a public appearance. Fuck, I've been outside all day. I went to the store earlier. I don't need to go to no Flat Earth meetup. Come on. I grew out of the bar scene years ago. I'm well past that. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that's my prediction of this rocket coming up. It's a fraud. It's probably going to be delayed over and over again till people finally wake up and realize they've been had. And these big channels, Ghostbusters, Jaron, and all them others, they're very nervous. And they have a right to be. But it may be very well that all this was just staged just to create more drama in the Flat Earth community. Have a good day, everybody.